Bind is the map for Premier this week, and I want to highlight why you might consider playing this comp. This is a comp that is run by the best Bind team in the world, and you'd be surprised who. While your middle-of-the-pack EMEA team, such as Carmine Corp, doesn't seem like the prime example of who you'd want to study for Bind, I disagree. See, they do one thing and one thing consistently. They win on Bind no matter what. Every single victory that they have accrued across every map has been on Bind. Vitality here, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world right now, lost on Bind to this team. And every single time they play Bind, they win it. And I'm going to show you how to do that. While KC are running a double Senti comp, they have ways and techniques to deal with their lack of initiation utility. I mean, they have 4 flashes, but they don't have any visual information, which is very important at this top level. So what they do for information is they go and put their Vice flash here for information in hookah. It gets all of this to here and a little bit of this. And then they flash down short here to get a lot of information towards the middle of the map. And then they hold this passively towards long and towards showers. And they're going to cycle this Vice utility and make a lot of decisions based off of that and the Gecko blind. They're going to maximize their utility for information, and they're going to use this, what's called neutral default, to completely shift and pull rotates based off of the information they are getting. Let's watch it back.
Because they put the thrash, so you're trying to run away from it.
See that? That's the Vice flash there. There's going to be a Gecko blind now, and they're going to wait. They didn't get any information off of anything. They know one short towards lamps, but they're going to wait for the cycle because they didn't get any information. They probably know that there's a couple players being down long, but that's about it. And so they're going to wait for this next cycle of the Vice utility to come through, and then they're going to group towards, because Astro was jump spotting here, and they already know players are here, so they're going to take the gamble that there's 3B, and they are correct because of that. They could have been jump spotting as Astro is, and now they're going to walk 5 short, death ball style, and just ram it down a short.
KC with 55 seconds left on the clock.
Now, as soon as they get tagged by this, you're going to see the enemy team's rotation. That's going to cause an effect on the map, and this is how they pull rotates, is because they're all scanned. They already have an educated guess, and they're ahead in the util information game because they understand where everyone is on the map now. They know that 1 short and 3 are A or B. And so there's 1 player missing on the map. And as soon as they know that they are revealed of where they are, that's when they act. You see this? It's going to be a double teleport in a second, because they figure that KC are going to run it down short. And as soon as that happens, they're going to run it back B, and they're going to get this post plant down. I'll do that for you. Now the bomb is down, and this is the worst site to retake in the game statistically. It has a 20 to 30% chance of success for a retake, for the to be diffused. It is over for the enemy team. I will speed it up just to prove it.
He had invested, but
now it gets a little bit dicey here, but that is the power of this comp and understanding where they are just based off of where you are. And that is exactly how you're going to play. You're going to play with your proxy utility, which is your information utility, and then you are going to make an educated guess based off the space you have and where they are playing based off of the util burned. Now, KC have also identified on defense a very powerful strategy. It is 2 Sentinels and Yoru. And what you can do with this is you can send your Yoru TP somewhere here, and you can have your Senti set up wherever on the map, and you double up on one side. And what you do is you push as Yoru into a site, and they rotate back, and they run into the cipher, into the setups, and then you TP as Yoru, and you can flood with your flashes. And that always creates, at the beginning of the round, a situation that is advantageous for you if they decide to execute early into your side of the map. Either you're dealing with 3 players, or you're dealing with 3 players and 2 Sentis setup. It is always, as a team playing against a Yoru and 2 Sentis, it's going to be beneficial for you to slow down, find the Yoru, force him to TP, break all of his stuff. But that's the strength, is they force you into a playstyle that you might not be interested in. And we're going to see a round where they are conditioning things to place all this util towards short, but at the same time, place this wall towards showers. And what this does is it makes GX think that they are going to play this again in the next round. So you'll watch this, and they've got a backup plan after their wall is destroyed.
Sort of like golden retriever energy. Just like,
Fives are good. Fives are good.
Everything gets going.
Wall gets placed now, and they break it.
Members of staff and players like that in the same team. The vibes are just going to be fantastic.
And that's it. Now, if we skip to the next round, you're going to watch something really, really interesting. So, same thing. Basically the same setup. Except, instead of the wall, I mean, GX doing the same thing. They're going to break the wall, right? But the wall isn't there. Instead, it's a flash and a TP crunch play that they're running into in showers. And this is a conditioning tactic you can use whenever they're breaking wall over and over again. It's a punish. It is a layer to your setup in the round. They flash, they net, they TP is 2, and that's the round. It's a 13-second round. That's it. All right, here's some things to consider. Why I have this open with all this wacky util is KC haven't developed their attack as much as they have their defense. And this is here what I'm going to remedy. So the one problem they ran into in the Giant X game is Giant X started taking hookah and breaking this flash. So what you have to do is put in more layers. If you go fast hookah with the TP and the flash here, it'll bounce. You can bounce it off the wall like that, and you stun here and smoke here. That is an excellent way to fast take hookah and punish them for breaking this piece of utility, just like the deadlock wall here. So just some things to consider. I also put some other utility in just in case you wanted to turn this into an execute. The reason why there's a star here on top of this little box is because when you run in, you can get traded from backside here. And so you can have hookah to yourself, and it sort of functions like a lurk smoke, but it can also function as a plant for Gecko here with his wingman. So how you can take long, super easy. You've got a lot of great options. You can just learn a lineup for Molly here, and you just throw this Molly in the corner here, and bam, you've taken long, and you've taken hookah really fast, and you can go into an execute if you would like. You don't have to. That's the strength of this comp, is you can do a lot and not commit, especially on attack. You saw that in the round I reviewed. Now, the other thing I'm going to mention is the defense rounds. And you had your Yoru fighting with a flash through the TP, like this. Flash through TP, and now you push them into the other side of the map. They go over here because you're fighting with the Gecko blind and you're faking the pressure that you have done in the past. It's just another layer to your strat book. This is how teams do it. They develop one default and then they change a little bit of things for the adaptation for the other team. So when this happens, what you can do is you can put your Yoru TP here. And what they do is when they rotate B, you TP away. And they either hit into 3 people or they hit into the hidden Sentinel setup that you have masked. So some last minute considerations that I don't think KC have yet come up with, and they're probably still cooking. Anyways, that's about the end of this video. Good luck in your matches. I'm and I'll see you next week.